I enjoy reading spooky books around Halloween, so this month I decided to read Shirley Jackson's The Haunting of Hill House. And the book actually caught my attention a number of months ago when I was at a Barnes & Noble nearby that was about to shut down and I saw it, but I think since it was list price or whatever, I decided to just buy it. I think this is a used copy I got from Aardvark Books in San Francisco. So when I heard about the Netflix series that was going to be coming out, I decided I should just go ahead and read the novel. It's not very long, and that I would be able to read the novel and then watch the series. Now, I'm not really a big television person, really, except for sports. So, people always say that you need like an attention span to read, but I find that I think you actually need more of an attention span to watch television or movies. Because when you sit down and do it, you do it for a pretty long period of time. Movies a couple hours, and a lot of TV series are close to an hour. And so, whereas if you read a book, you can kind of just sit and read it for a few minutes if you want, or as long as short as you want. Whereas I don't think like videos are as conducive to starting and stopping. So, anyways, I knew it was gonna maybe take a little bit of patience on my part to watch some of the TV series because I don't really like TV. But I decided to go ahead and take a stab at watching the first one, the first episode of the series anyways. So the book, I thought it was okay. I didn't dislike it. I didn't think it was that scary. It's an okay story, I guess. For what it was, I think it was okay. It didn't take very long to read, obviously, because it's only like 170 or 180 pages. And so I think the idea behind Shirley Jackson is that she was very good at using terror rather than horror. Now, the difference, of course, being that horror is when something bad happens or you describe seeing something terrible, whereas terror is sort of implied horror and you don't really see it. It's sort of like if you've ever seen the movie like Signs, where they don't really show the aliens very explicitly, and so you have a sort of kind of terror buildup. And in some ways, this isn't a saying that I came up with, but in some ways, what you don't see is more scary sometimes. And so I was really excited at the opportunity to sort of experience that in this book, but I didn't think she did that great of a job at making the whole terror of the story really come out. And I think part of the problem was, to me, this story seemed almost like it was self-aware of itself as a horror story or a terror story, whatever you want to call it, in the same way that Scream the movie is very sort of almost a parody of other horror movies. And I think the reason for that is the setup. That is to say, the occupants of the house are going there very specifically because the house is reputed to be haunted. And so that sort of, the characters seem very self-aware of this whole concept of it being a haunted house, and that sort of is a little bit annoying. And of course also the doctor character in the book, sort of, references other horror stories or incidents and things like that, which makes it a little clunky to me. Now, the TV series, I tried watching the first episode and I really didn't like it because it seems to me like it has pretty much nothing to do with the book, and except for a couple of characters have the same names. Other than that, it doesn't seem like it really has anything to do with the story, except that it just borrows the name of the book. And then also, it seems like I think I heard this twice in the episode, the narration and the characters in the episode seem to keep memeing this whole line from the end of the book about whatever walked in the house walked alone or something like that, and it just seemed very forced and kind of cumbersome. And so, that just might be because I'm not really a TV person, but whatever people enjoy, good for them. So the book, I give it a thumbs up. I didn't think it was a super great scary story, but I thought it was worth a read, and I might read it again in the future.